Hello again. I followed your advice and cashed out my 401k and bought physical silver.
Excellent. Don't you feel much more secure now that you have your savings in real money rather than worthless fiat paper?
Yes, I do. But when I told my family about what I did, they told me I was a fool and that silver is in a bubble and is ready to burst.
Silver? A bubble? Ho ho ho. Ha 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 ha. That's the funniest thing I have heard in my life. Do you know what a bubble is?
No. What is a bubble?
Well, let me give you a definition garnered from Wikipedia. A bubble is a popular mania based on excessive debt and the greater fool theory, with high volumes at variance with intrinsic values, causing the misallocation of resources and people to spend more because they feel richer.
Does silver fit any of these?
Actually, silver is a polar opposite of all of these. Let me demonstrate. First, a bubble is a popular mania. Do you know anyone besides yourself among your friends who has purchased silver?
No. In fact, all of my friends think I'm crazy.
Okay. So I think we have dispatched with the notion that buying silver is a popular mania. Secondly, a bubble is based on excessive debt. Do you know anyone who has borrowed money to buy silver?
Well, I don't even know anyone else who has bought silver. But in my case I used cash. Is it even possible to buy silver with borrowed money?
No. Unlike the housing bubble, where people were buying with no money down and no proof they could pay back the loan. The only loan you will ever get to buy silver is if you loan it to yourself from your 401k or buy it using a credit card.
So silver isn't a popular mania. And it's not being bought with debt. What was the third criteria?
The greater fool theory. The greater fool theory is the idea that people buy something that they know is overpriced because they expect to sell it to someone else at an even greater price. Do you know anyone who is buying silver for that reason?
No. As I said, I don't even know anyone else who is buying it. But I won't sell mine for anything less than $500 per ounce.
Excellent. The fourth criteria is that a bubble has high volumes at variance with intrinsic values. Is silver traded at high volumes? And is its price far above its intrinsic value?
No. Silver is a tiny market and is hard to get. Some places have waiting lists as long as 6 months. Silver is priced far below its intrinsic value. That is the reason there is a shortage of it.
Okay. Excellent. And fifthly, is the buying of silver causing the misallocation of resources?
Hardly. They are still shuttering mines. If that were the case, they'd be starting silver mines all over the place.
Correct. And finally, is silver causing people to spend more because they feel richer?
Not really. Everyone like me who is buying it is socking it away, never planning to touch it. So no. Ask me again when it hits $500.
So, let me summarize. Silver buying is not a popular mania.
No, quite the opposite.
And silver is not being bought with excessive debt.
No.
And the people who are buying silver are not counting on the greater fool theory.
No.
And silver is not being purchased at high volumes, at variance with intrinsic values.
No, quite the opposite.
And silver is not causing the misallocation of resources.
No.
And silver is not causing people to spend more because they feel richer.
No.
So, as you see, silver doesn't meet any of the criteria for being a bubble. And in a few, is even the polar opposite. So what do you say now about someone who tells you that silver is in a bubble?
I would say that they are a complete and utter fool.
Excellent. Goodbye.